Tonight we're making the best tacos you've ever had in your life. All right, so for our chicken tacos, we're going to start with a roast chicken. Now this chicken has obviously been picked apart a little bit, but that's okay, right? We had it for dinner last night. Actually, we had 3 for dinner last night, and this is what's left over. So, now we're going to debone it. Okay, so we deboned the chicken. Now we're going to get it ready to go in the tacos, but that's going to take a second. So what we're going to do is, I've kind of partially preheated this pan, and I just want a splash of water. Put it on, and that's going to basically steam this, because the chicken was sitting overnight, right? It was leftovers. So this is going to bring it back to life a little bit of water. Chicken in. And then a little bit of seasoning. All right, so what this is kind of our homegrown Kitchen Bravo taco seasoning, if you will, right? Onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, and we're going right in. A little bit of salt and pepper, of course. You gotta have your seasoning. Now this I went a little bit hotter on the chili side, so basically you can do it to taste, all right? If you want a little hotter, you want a little milder, but I recommend make your own spice, all right? So, as this rolls, we're gonna move on. All right, so now for our salsa. And let me tell you something. There's a conversation going on about pico de gallo versus salsa, and yes, I fully understand that, right? Pico de gallo is a little more chunky, it's a little more, has a little more bite to it. Whereas salsa has a tendency to be blitzed a little while, and so it's a little more liquid. We call this salsa. I'm from Southern California, right? This is what we call it, okay? So remember, we're basing this off of, we're basing this off recipes that we had when we spent all of that time in Baja, right? Before all the nonsense started going on with the crime and all that stuff. Man, we used to have such a good time down there with the beaches, the people were awesome, but man, the food, that's what I really brought back with me. So anyway, we're making salsa, Baja style. It's going to make a huge difference. It's going to make a huge difference in your dish. You're going to impress your family, you're going to impress your friends. So we're going to get started on that in just a second. All right, so you can see we have all our ingredients here for the salsa, or the pico de gallo. I mean, you know, we're not a stickler around here. But what we need is garlic, tomato, peppers. I prefer yellow and orange peppers because we have a lot of red going on with the tomatoes. The green comes out a little bit, it pops while you're eating it, and frankly, obviously it adds a lot of flavor. And then, of course, the purple of onion. Before I get started on that, I'm going to mix this guy real quick. It looks a little bland to me, so we're going to add some more of this powder. And, you know, a lot of your cooking is really based on sight as much as it is taste and smell and all that. So I'm going to add a little bit more to it. All right, I'm going to grab a knife. I want you to see this. Look at this beauty right here is a DCB custom. So big shout out to David Beaver. He's a genius when it comes to cutlery. All right, so oh, I thought I had that out. Look at that thing. Come on, man. So our tomatoes are in. Hit the board a little bit, because apparently that's what I'm supposed to do. All right, so now let's go into the orange. I think we're going to go with yellow, because orange, yellow, and for the amount of salsa that we're making, we're only going to need 1 pepper. So we're going to go right in. I'll rip that guy out. And there you have a beautiful yellow bell pepper. And no, I'm not going to waste this. We'll go ahead and clean that up later. But for now, this is exactly what I need. Look at that. Come on. Again, I like a rough chop. They don't need to be even. They just need to be in my belly. All right, like I said, we're not going to use the second pepper just because of the ratio and the amount of tomatoes we're going to do and the amount of salsa we're going to do. So next, we're going in for the red onion. Look at that beauty. All right, so far we have tomato, we have our pepper, and we have our red onion in. All right, so let's go back to our heat. We're going to top it. Now you have options here. If you want a little bit of hotter, leave these guys in, okay? See that? You can leave the seeds and everything in there. What is that called? The seeds and the what? The ribs? The ribs, apparently. Someone doesn't want to say something on camera, so she's going. It's like we're playing charades. For these, you guys want pretty small little sections. All right, so I'll go over a few times. And just mince it up a little bit. If you need to, if you're hypersensitive to it, then you go ahead and wear gloves. I don't really have a tendency to be. But if you are, wear gloves. No big deal. And don't rub your eyes afterwards. All right, so we just put the jalapenos in. I'm going to come back. I got to check on my chicken. It's looking good, actually. It needs a little more spice. And this, since it's a home blend, it's not high in salt. So I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of salt too. Give that a quick mix. And then back to the salsa. Remember, I mean, this is literally like a 15-minute meal for you in the evenings. Then we're going to go to garlic. Actually, before we do that, let's... Did you guys move my spoons? So come on in, check this out, Sam. Let's give that a mix. Look at the colors as these develop. Right, the flavors are going to get in there. They're all going to get to know one another. Like tennis chili, and all the flavors get in there. They blend together, and then this color is all going to come together. Actually, once we get the green in, okay. But first, we got to get our garlic in, and yeah, this is going to add quite a bit of flavor. But surprisingly, there's a lot of heat in these little guys. So I'd be mindful about what you put in because raw garlic, it has a little bit of heat to it. So all we're going to do is we're going to smash them down, blade edge away, crush it, over here, big boy, and then we're going to clean it up. Right? We're just going to peel the rind right off of it, and then we're going to mince that. And these guys you want to go pretty small with. Now, when I was in Baja, I decided to go back into the kitchen, which I have a habit of doing. Like whenever I go to a place, I'm going to go back in. I want to see the engine room. I want to see what's happening actually in the kitchen, right? So I go back there and I see them making this salsa, and this is really where it comes from. You know, again, they're calling it pico de gallo, but for me, it's salsa. You know, San Diego kid. So basically, I'm just going to and then it's going to go right in there. It's going to be hot. It's going to add a lot of flavor, and they're about to jump in the bath. Okay, check this out. The garlic's in, the jalapenos in, tomatoes, peppers, onions. All right, so it's now starting to develop a little bit of color. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take we're going to take our cilantro, and all right, I'm going to try it. Apparently, this is the best technique for cilantro. You just take a fork. And you're bringing it out. I guess the premise is that it leaves the stems for the most part. That's pretty interesting. All right, we'll go with that. That's a great call. That's a great call. All right, not bad, not bad. Look at that. Okay, so we have our cilantro. Take a little bit more out of there. This again. Everything for this, I mean, it's a quick and dirty, rough chop. I mean, we're not getting crazy with it here. We just want it in the bowl and ultimately in our bellies. All right, so I'm just going to gather it up. and just real rough. And we may end up more, don't forget, everything is to taste. Okay, if your family likes more cilantro, add more cilantro. If you want more heat, well, look, we always have a few of these things around. Wow, this place is getting everywhere, isn't it? You want more pepper, add more pepper. This is your dish. There are no rules, right? Make it your own. Okay, let's see what this looks like. All right, guys, so everything is in, almost. We need a little bit of liquid. And what we're gonna do is, you know what? I'm over these. You guys are out of here. Make sure you keep onto that jalapeno just in case we need some more heat. All right, so now we're going into our little secret weapon. We need a hit of acid, just that's a little bit more so than our tomato. So let me get this out of the way for you, Sam. Here. And this is listen, this is how I do it. Okay, come back. Come check this out. This thing has already been beat up a little bit. I'm going right in and then twist. Because not only do I want all that beautiful juice that's so awesome, but I want a little bit of that meat in there too, right? I mean, look at that. I'm getting some in that. Get in there. And then from here, what we're going to talk about is how much acid do you actually want in it. And, well, it's personal preference. Like for me, usually in something this size, I'm going to do a lime, maybe a lime and a half, but then we have to have some salt. We have to season it after we check our chicken. Look at that. Beautiful. It's ready for us. Okay, let's get this out of here. Salt. You have to have quite a bit of salt in there. That's going to bring out, my mouth just watered. I'm so excited about this. It's one of my favorite meals of all time, right? That salt is going to bring out all the flavors, the peppers, the onions. It's going to get them all working together. It's going to draw out some of that liquid from the tomatoes. And man, this is going to be delicious. I'm so excited about it. The crunch, the flavors, everything that it gives you is going to be amazing. All right. Well, there you have it. Salsa. Done. Okay, salsa's done, chicken's done. Now we're ready to start prepping it and getting everything ready to go in the same tortilla. All right, I'm gonna grab a pot. Heat on. Oil in. A little bit more. Now this is where it gets interesting. And the reason being is because this is where it becomes a different taco than you're used to. It's not a dry tortilla. It's not a corn tortilla. What we do is we take our flour tortillas and we're actually going to fry them. And then all the warning bells are going to go off right now. Everybody's going to be like, that's not a taco. That's a whatever it is, right? Whatever amalgamation that Taco Bell has trained you to think that a fried tortilla is. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be one of the best tacos you've ever had in your life. And that comes with great confidence that I say it. Let me show you why. Here, look at our tortillas. And yes, you can make your own tortillas at home. If you follow us at Kitchen Bravo, we have tortillas coming up. Actually, Kitchen's going to make corn tortillas and flour tortillas and or flautas, I guess, actually. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that at home, and they're going to be amazing. I've had them 1,000 times, and they are killer. For me, fast and easy, right? This is a 15, maybe a 20-minute meal all said and done. Okay? So, go to Costco and get 2 big bags of these. They're going to do you right. Okay, next. I forgot to save some cilantro for the tacos themselves, but that's okay. We'll throw this back on the board. Sour cream. Shout out to Daisy, I guess. Either way, we're putting sour cream on it. Is that it? What else goes in here? What do we need?
Cheese.
Cheese! Cheddar cheese. Okay, is our oil hot, Sam? That's looking all right, isn't it? See how it moves around the, see that shimmer? Can you get in on that? See that shimmer as it moves around? That tells you that it's ready. All right, let's put these guys together. Finally, starting. We're gonna take our flour tortilla straight in. Give it a little spin. Let it get to know the oil a little bit. You're not gonna burn your hand, everything's fine. just let it start to brown just a little bit. When you can start seeing the bubbles come up, see that on the tortilla? And you feel the heat coming through on your hand, then you know it's time for the chicken. All right? Then you know it's time for the chicken. All right, we're going right in, right to the center. I do like to pull it off for this process just because I don't want the tortilla to burn. And, well, honestly, I don't want it to get out of hand. I want to keep it nice and ready for me. So bring that in. Your chicken's hot. The tortilla's hot. You can stay right there, Sam. We're going right in for the cheese. Cheese on. Again, this is for taste, per taste. So you don't have to go nuts with the cheese, but it all depends on what you like. All right? And those are our hot ingredients. Okay? So come back in, check this out. You see the pops, the bubbles, everything's getting to know each other. We're starting to brown just a little bit. Can you see it on that side? Starting to brown just a little bit over there. So I'm going to bring everything to one side. And then I'm going to fold it. Woo! That can get hot, so stay right there. And we're going to get ready to flip. All right. We got a little escapee of the chicken. He goes back in the bucket. Let's see this. I like to flip it from the open end. That way everything stays nice and together. Here we go. I'm going to flatten it out just a bit. You see that brown that starts to happen right there? That's perfect. It's exactly what we're looking for. Now this isn't going to carry too much oil because we're using olive oil. So that's going to be perfect. Now, I'm just going to let that sit for just a second. Push it off the heat. Let me grab a plate. I guess this one will do. All right. Now for these, since they are fried tacos, actually fried flautas, look at the brown on that. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, that's going to sit there for a second. I'm going to check these guys on here. Because again, it's fried, right? So we want to take out a little bit more of that oil. I'm just going to pop it right down there. All right. Listen to this. Listen. That's what we're looking for. Inside, melted cheese and hot chicken. All right. From here, I'm going to pop another plate out. And bring this guy over. Beautiful. Come on in, Sam. Let's dress this guy up. We got our chicken. We have our cheese. We're going through first. I'm going in with the sour cream. You like sour cream? Use it. If you don't, well, that's okay too. All right. Next, I'm coming in with a little bit of cilantro because I like a little extra cilantro. If you don't, then that's fine too. And next, we're going in with our salsa. Look, that fork's not going to give me enough. Give me that. And look, come here, check this out. See how that started to develop the juice down in there? Everything's getting to know one another. That salt's drawing out the flavor. And I'm going in with a big spoonful right through the middle. All right. You see that? This salsa adds a crunch, a flavor, a texture that, man, you're not going to get anywhere else. You damn sure ain't getting it at Taco Bell, I'll tell you what. So, what do we do now? We fold that guy back in half. Look at that. What a view. Come on and check that out. Look at this guy. Look at that. Beautiful. We have the chicken. We have the cheese. We have the cilantro. We have that salsa. My mouth's watering. I can hardly speak right now. I'm so excited about this. And then I'm going in for it. This is going to be amazing. All right. Oh, yeah. Amazing flavors. Frying that shell gives it such a different texture and flavor. You're going to love it. Your family's going to think you're a genius. But guess what? We know the secret. It's super easy. We're talking about 10 or 15 minutes here, and you look like a hero. Try it at home. I'm excited to hear all your success stories. All right. Oh, by the way, subscribe. you're gonna see all kinds of crazy recipes like this. And